Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talking Network channel and this afternoon episode of Talking Packers with Steve. Doing a special episode to tomorrow being Thanksgiving here in the United States, and me not wanting to do a video at all on Thursday, meaning Steve's Wrestling Ramble will not be tomorrow night. It will be tonight. So that also pushed back this show that usually is Wednesday night. So that's why I'm here now, and I'm back live in living color here on camera with my helmets, with my towel that I have behind me. That is from the Super Bowl XLV, as you can see right there, the logo, right underneath the Saints mini helmet there. Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers of that year, 2012, I believe. But anyways, I'm back on camera at least for this week, and I want to at least be on camera for this special episode or for this episode heading into a big holiday being Thanksgiving. So those that celebrate it here in the United States, I say it here, and I'll probably say it when I leave or when I ending the show or ending the episode. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family and friends. Even if you're in another country and you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just give thanks. Time for what you have or whatever you are thankful for. That's the point of Thanksgiving. You're, realizing and giving thanks for things that you have, what you're most thankful for. Celebration in history books as well. So definitely wanted to say that to everybody at the top of the show, and I probably will be seeing it again at the end. But heading into the NFL season of this week, week 12, let's go back to week 11 and give you all the results from week 11 in the NFL season. I wish I had that special music to play while I'm doing this. Like they have an ESPN when they're giving highlights, or that what is that, the NFL countdown? Have the for the highlights or showing of the game. But since I'm not tech savvy yet, I use what I can use. And here I go. Steelers over the Tennessee Titans, 40-17. Steelers pretty much picking the Titans. But Titans did come to play, at least in the beginning of the game, for the Steelers, pulling away, being the dominant team on last Thursday in that game. Jaguars over the Cleveland Browns, 19-7. Game was closer than I really thought it should have. But Jacksonville pulling through, being the Jacksonville Jaguars that I wanted them to be and continue to be. They continue on a winning streak. Jacksonville Jaguars getting the W over Cleveland. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 30. Dolphins, 20. Jay Cutler out of concussion protocol, still undetermined if he's going to be playing this upcoming week in Week 12 in the 2017 NFL season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting a win, a much-needed win. They still have a slim but small chance. Small chance. Well, that would be slim. That would be nothing. But slim chance of making the playoffs in the NFC Conference. Ravens over the Packers, over my Green Bay Packers. The Baltimore Ravens crushed us into the ground, 23-0. The first time in a long time since, I think it was 2009 against the New England Patriots, the Packers were shut out, period, whether at home or away or at all. Shut out there. Would we have won if Aaron was playing? Maybe. Maybe not. We've lost games with Aaron, obviously. Otherwise, we'd be 16-0 every single season. So, Aaron's great, but I'm just saying. Either way, Ravens over the Packers, 23-0 shutout in Green Bay. And it's not going to get any better for us, for our team, not us, but for our team, the Green Bay Packers this week, where we face the dominant Steelers in Pittsburgh. So it might be a situation where we make history books again for the Packers history books, or maybe even NFL history books with the Green Bay Packers, or, like I said, team history or NFL history of the first team to go back-to-back weeks without a single point. Shut out twice in a row. Not saying I want that, obviously. I would love us to, like an RKO out of nowhere, beat the Steelers, but realistically, I don't think that's happening. Moving right along, the Detroit Lions defeating the Chicago Bears 27-24. They kick there at the end. Detroit surviving and advancing. Simple as that. I was going to say a little bit more, but that's all that really needs to be said. Chicago and their rookie quarterback, they're still an experiment, and I do hope actually it does go well. Because I don't wish bad on the Bears, Vikings, or Lions as teams, even though they're in our division. Of course, I want the Packers to be first place every single year, but as long as competitive, I actually want a competitive division, just like a competitive NFL. If only all 32 were competitive and every single team technically in the playoff hunt until at the very earliest, maybe around here, around here a little bit after week 14, 13 or 14, then teams are starting to be mathematically eliminated. And you know me and math, for those that know me personally, and those that are starting to know me here on this YouTube channel, Sports Talk Network, I do love math. I do pre-calc and calculus math problems just for fun, randomly. That's my enjoy. That's sometimes even my stress reliever to do math problems. So, anyways, beyond being a nerd, Rams are facing the Vikings, but the Vikings defeating the Rams. This game would have been the two helmets behind me last week if I was on camera, being the matchup of the week. So even though now I am back on camera, the Rams technically back-to-back game of the weeks for me heading into a week in the NFL season. But the Vikings proving something to me, proving something to the NFL, to the doubters, even to their own fan base, that they are here to say there's something special. And specifically Case Keenum. Again, Case Keenum. You do remember who Case Keenum was, right? Case Keenum was a quarterback with the Rams, back when the Rams were in St. Louis. Formerly the St. Louis Rams, now the Los Angeles Rams. Case Keenum also played on other teams just as a backup. And now Case Keenum cementing himself as a starter, at least for now, for the Minnesota Vikings. Even though Teddy Bridgewater will be back and able to play here shortly, hopefully Case Keenum still has the keys to the kingdom, keys to the car, as a starting quarterback for the Vikings into the rest of the season. And I mean that in a good way for the Vikings, not in a, I hope he stays as a starter so they lose. No, he stays as a starter because the Vikings are doing something. They're winning with them. And in this game, somewhat because of him. Always, quarterbacks get the blame, get the praise of every single week. Sometimes it's a team's defense that wins the game for a team, which is how championship teams are in the end made. But Vikings offense doing its part and showing that there, and along with their defense doing what they did to the high-powered, almost 2017 version of Greatest Show on Turf from the 2000 era year, that season, 2000-2001, with the Rams then winning the Super Bowl. We still, you never know. You could say Eagles Rams, Eagles Vikings, Rams Vikings, Vikings Eagles, Eagles Rams, all the mixture of those three, I think have a chance to be the NFC Championship game, just in my opinion. Moving right along here with the results of Week 11. Houston Texans surprising us, or surprising me at least, defeating the Arizona Cardinals. Not saying the Cardinals are all that big chips, but the Texans, with the injury to their star rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson being out for the rest of the season, I do not think that Houston will be winning a game, let alone this game against Arizona, even though it was at home. But you want to talk about even more of a shocker to me. The New York Football Giants getting their second win against a team of the Kansas City Chiefs that would be rolling, almost have a chance at least this season to be undefeated, to go undefeated, being the last team, I do believe. They were the last team to lose their first game. And Cleveland, still being the last team to win a game. So the Chiefs were the last team in the NFL to lose a game. Browns are still waiting to get their first win to be the last team to win a game there. But the Giants getting the win over the Chiefs 12-9. Chiefs can, we're going to be able to move forward from it. They still do have a high percentage chance to make the playoffs, but that one's going to hurt a little bit, just to be honest. Saints over Washington team. New Orleans over Washington, 34-31 in a close game. I kind of thought the Redskins or the Washington team deserved to win that one, but Saints have to win, and as they are in the game of the week for this week, because it's a high-power matchup with the Rams and the Saints, even though, yes, the Rams were held to 7 points last week by Minnesota. And not saying the Saints can't do it themselves, but I think this one's definitely going to be a shootout, just as much as I assume that to be of the Vikings-Rams game from Week 11. The Los Angeles Chargers defeating the Buffalo Bills 54-24. The Bills decided to be Dumas Azels and non-smart people and bench Tyrod Taylor and put in Peterman. Now, how did that work out for you? Yeah. How about you don't do that ever again? You guys, Buffalo and Bills Mafia, their fandom, and I'm sure they're upset a little bit too. You're in a playoff hunt. Why the heck would you bench Tyrod Taylor? And as I said last week on the show, it wasn't Tyrod Taylor's fault that the New Orleans Saints kicked their butts the previous week. So why did the Bills drop Tyrod? I don't know. And do I care? Yeah, kind of. I am an NFL fan. I am a journalist and here in the media forum here on YouTube. But Chargers beat the Bills 54-24, and the Bills just have to move on. Hopefully they can keep things back on track, try to circle the wagons and try to get to their first playoff, get to the playoffs again, because they haven't been in the playoffs since 1999. Everybody, the joke party like it's 1999. Well, the Bills want to have another party since 1999, wanting to make the playoffs here in the 2017 season. Bengals over Broncos. Broncos simply just a mess. Something has to change, and things have already changed. Firing and changing back a quarterback. Maybe that'll help, maybe not. But Bengals over Broncos, 20-17. Patriots crushing, destroying, defeating, however you want to use it. 33-8 over Oakland in Mexico City. Patriots are good. Raiders are a mess. I think we can just simply keep it there. I mean, hopefully Raiders can turn things around. Them being the biggest disappointments in the season, almost turning into the old Oakland Raiders. I don't know, maybe they're just holding off to be good again until the Las Vegas become the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know. But this year be not so great for the Raiders franchise. Eagles over the Dallas Cowboys, 37-9, crushing them as well. Ezekiel Elliott being out, other players being out, especially on defense as well for Dallas. So it's not just the Ezekiel Elliott factor, but the Eagles showing it down, showing how good they are in general. Beating Dallas in Dallas, Texas. Injuries World, 37-9 on Sunday Night Football. And then Monday Night Football on ESPN, Falcons defeating the Seattle Seahawks 34-31, even though Seattle did come back in a effort, making a comeback, but Atlanta holding it off. Atlanta needing to get these big wins because they do have the toughest schedule moving on to the rest of the season. Falcons over Seahawks 34-31. And now let's move right along to Week 12. And also, again, to those that are watching live, happy Thanksgiving. If you are celebrating. And if you are watching, welcome to share comments and also like the video as well, if you care to. Thanksgiving Day games, 3 of them as that be the tradition on CBS, NBC, and Fox, I believe. Not ESPN, just the main 3. CBS, Fox, and NBC. So I would assume that the Vikings-Lions game is going to be on Fox. The Chargers-Cowboys game is going to be on... I'm just going to check here. Yep, the Vikings-Lions are on Fox. The Chargers-Cowboys are going to be on CBS. And that would leave the Giants and Washington team on NBC at night. So first will be 11:30 a.m. First game, around noon, 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Minnesota Vikings against the Detroit Lions on Fox. I have the Minnesota Vikings getting a win over the Lions, 27-21, close game. But the Vikings getting a win. Again, 27-21. Then Los Angeles Chargers, Dallas Cowboys, 3:30 kickoff on CBS. I have Cowboys actually getting a win over the Chargers. I got Chargers getting the win over Buffalo due to the quarterback situation. Craziness there. Cowboys over the Chargers, 35-13. Then in the evening on Thanksgiving Day tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central start. New York Football Giants against the Washington team. I have the Giants. Actually, no. I have Washington team getting the win. Washington getting the win at home. They should have won against New Orleans, and now they're facing an inferior Giants team. And a divisional game, you don't always have to, but I usually go in the rule of thumb of always going with the home team when it's a divisional game, unless the matchup is so off kilter in the side of, on the side of the away team. Sure. So I'm going Washington over Giants. Close game, 21-13. Washington over the Giants. Washington team over the New York Giants. Then heading into Sunday with a noon kickoff. Richmond will go here with Browns versus the Bengals. With the Browns get their first win against Cincinnati. No. Sorry, no. Yeah, no. Bengals over the Browns, 35-21. Panthers over the Jets, 21-17. I have the Titans over the Colts, 35-13. I have Falcons over the Buccaneers, 27-3. I have the Patriots over the Dolphins, 45-13. I have the Eagles over the Bears, 35-17. And I have the Chiefs beating the Bills, and the Bills still have a chance to go to the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills win, but I'm going with Chiefs over the Bills, 23-13. And that's all the games for noontime on Sunday. Sunday. And the afternoon games. The first one at 3:05 p.m. Central kickoff. Seattle Seahawks against San Francisco 49ers. The Seahawks bounce back, getting a win over San Francisco on the road. Again, like I talk about divisional games, you usually go with the home team. But in this case, with it being obscured to the opposed or to the away team on, who's better and worse in that situation, it leading over heavily in the Seattle Seahawks' favor, going with Seattle over San Francisco, 27-21. Raiders, Broncos. But two teams, another divisional game, two teams that are trying to find their way. Now this game, I'm going to go 12-9. Raiders over Broncos. Go with the home team. 12-9 Raiders over Denver. And my game of the week here, we have the New Orleans Saints heading to LA and facing the Los Angeles Rams. Again, these being now 3:25 p.m. start. Kickoff starts on Sunday. I have the Rams over the Saints, 35-31. Jaguars Cardinals. I have the Jaguars over Arizona, 27-10. Sunday night football. Like this game's still going to be on Sunday night. I guess we're not yet to this week's of flexing games because with Aaron Rodgers out and the Steelers being as good as they are, Packers, I see us making history again in the negative way. Second game in a row, no points, shutout again. I have the Steelers over the Packers, 38-0. Ravens Ravens against the Texans on Monday Night Football on ESPN. I have this one's actually somewhat of a tough one. But I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going Baltimore over Houston. The Baltimore Ravens defeating the Houston Texans in this matchup in a low-scoring game, 16-10. Ravens over the Texans there. So those are my predictions for the weekend. I think everybody that did watch live will be watching archived. Like I said, you can see my matchup of the week. New Orleans against Los Angeles. Saints versus Rams in LA. Going to be maybe even the game of the season, game of the year. We'll certainly have to find out and see when we get the Sunday game there between those two NFL franchises. Again, thanks everybody watching live. Those of you watching archive, welcome to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you know next time I go live, next time my video is uploaded either way. Enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your day. I will be back here tonight, 7 p.m. Central for Steve's Wrestling Rambo with me and my team, talking about Survivor Series, Raw, SmackDown, and some other WWE news and notes from earlier this week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Above all else, as always, take care.